since whenever was the last time you heard it.
I used to sing along. Okay.
You ready? You got your
Yes.
stuff up?
No,
No.
I was gonna though. I would have.
You know,
Surely.
got it.
Yes. Ready? Why do I do a cheer clap? Why is it like, ready? Okay.
Okay.
We're going to do the Joy Podcast.
Go.
We're going to do today. You got to have a deep voice. You know, when you do, anybody who cheers, you have to do low voice carries. We're going to have a Joy Podcast. We're going to do it today.
That was the clap. Okay. Now I've forgotten what it is that I'm doing. What do I do here? What is my purpose?
My cheer, it enraptured you.
I don't even know. Let's go for this one. Let's see. We are here. We are back again.
We're
Always going to be here. Anytime you need a friend, I will be here. Maybe not. Yes, we have, because of the week that it is. And what week is it?
Drinking joy on our tacos like
This is our favorite holiday of all time. Cinco de Mayo.
Yes.
This is our one.
We are some gringos.
Ole. I know. It's probably, I think, has Cinco de Mayo been canceled yet? I know it's like considered something or other.
You know, well, people are usually wrong because they think it's like Mexican independence. It's not, you know, it's recognized in a particular.
It's just another day to
battle.
eat tacos and
but I think for
y'all.
Americans, we have just taken it to mean something like, let's just gather. But
I mean, don't wear a sombrero. Don't wear like the mustache that you swear is Mexican. Don't put on the poncho. Don't walk up to people yelling, "Andale, andale." Don't do any of those things. That is when we take it to a place that we shouldn't.
And
go.
in all fairness, we enjoy tacos and margaritas all through
All the time.
year.
We don't really need
It's really just, other people are celebrating it then. Other people are doing it.
True,
so we are allowed to do it.
All
But
of our friends
she
come
and I
to our
are
restaurant.
doing
right,
are doing tacos and margaritas.
It's called Tuesday.
It's called, you know what I'm saying?
It's called
Living your
any
life.
day. Yeah.
Right? It's called living your life.
Yeah.
So, yes.
This is the one day we assume the calories
we can
don't
go,
count.
yes.
And we gorge.
And we can be in community with other people who are
Yes.
doing what we're doing.
We invite
naturally.
them to our favorite taco places. Yeah, that's just
I like you said places because that's important.
places.
Because we'll go to more than one.
We've done that. We did that just last year.
What?
No.
Yeah, we did.
We went to one twice.
Did we go back to the same?
That's how fat we were.
We went back to.
We went twice. We went. First of all,
back there.
we
after
went
going
the middle of the
out.
day. First of all, get you some friends that can also take off randomly
So
for
the thing
Cinco
started
de
about
Mayo.
noon.
Oh my God, we were there from noon to maybe 4. Then we went to the High Museum.
Good times.
Then
Uh-huh.
we came back and we rounded that thing off with
does
even
it?
more tacos
Who
and
does that?
margaritas.
We
Us.
do. We do.
Because we've got joy.
Listen, it gives us joy. We sprinkle joy on these tacos.
Sprinkle me, man. Ooh, this is not
Sprinkle
gonna
joy,
work
man.
at all. No, I gotta be able to access my
It's the
happy juice.
if you can't get your happy juice,
then I can't
Then
be
you're not in joy.
happy.
You're not in joy.
All right. We are moving into a new season.
New season. New season.
New season. New season. New season. Say
Roll
what?
call. I'm generosity.
Yeah.
I like giving.
Yeah.
We like it joyful.
Yeah.
That's how we're living.
Go call. We're going to make a cheer. We're going to have a whole like competitive cheer
On
album
each principle.
for each principle. Mhm. Yeah. If you didn't recognize from our cheer, we are going into the season of generosity and giving. So who are you this week?
Who am I? I'm Snow White.
And I am Belle. We're Disney princesses. Why? Because these two in particular were very kind and generous and giving. Snow White was just in there with those 7 dwarves,
Listen.
just cleaning their home, and they were able-bodied and they could have done it themselves. But here she came with all of the animals from the forest to help her.
It was some reciprocity.
Yeah,
They were like,
okay.
"No, you look like you need a place to stay.
You stay
You
here.
can stay in
You
here.
clean for
I know
us.
you need to like eat some food, but I want you to cook it." I mean, it's a.
Mhm. Mhm.
It was a reciprocal.
And Belle was just, I mean, she didn't have to be nice to the beast because he started out with a lot of anger
Yeah.
management
A
issues.
little bit of a kidnapper.
I mean, tomato. Some people like those things, but yes, Belle was very kind, and she melted his heart with her generosity and giving.
Oh,
So that's who we are
That's who we
today.
are.
And we are also Add Joy.
where life plus joy equals satisfaction.
Yes, so we want to tell you what season we are in. We are in the season of generosity and giving, and it is being plentiful in your willingness to give of yourself to others. I'm going to amend this, and to yourself.
Yeah,
Boop, boop.
have to give yourself, give of yourself
So
to
we're gonna
yourself
be
and others.
We're going to be talking about that this season. So we always like to open up with something that we do, and so I found this great article: 76 ways to be generous. And so here are some small ways that you can incorporate being generous in your life. The first one: tell someone that they made the world a better place and truly mean it. I got a message the other day in my inbox from Imani. Do you know Imani Banks? Spellman 99.
I
Anyway.
think so. Now I know you're talking about light skin.
Yeah, And Imani and I might see each other once every 3 years. I mean, it's really rare that I see Imani. She had written a whole paragraph to me. Sis, I just want you to know that you are lovely. That every time I see you in my timeline, when I see you in person, you are one of the most brilliant people I know. I was in tears reading this, and I was just like, why? Why did you do this? It's just a Sunday morning. We hadn't had a recent conversation. There was nothing. I just thought that was the loveliest way to give me a boost. It was just, what was another funny thing is I had just been reading, she had written a similar message about Jacques, and I had just read his message to him. And I was like, you know what, Amani, thank you for being a person who gives people their flowers while they're here. That's a very generous thing, not just to think something, but to actually put it out into the universe. So made me feel good. What's another way?
Take care of yourself first. We're going to talk about that. We're going to have a whole, we're going to break that down because I think we need that a lot. So that you can give to others and be generous from a place of overflow, right? And not from your place of lacking.
Yeah. I think people think that this is with anything, that if we scrounge and we hold on to things tightly, that, we're actually holding on to what we have. Yes, but you don't open your arms to the possibility of all the blessings.
Right. That it might ebb and flow in and out.
Yeah.
And that might be more fulfilling.
Yeah. Commit to dedicating an hour or more to someone else weekly, whoever that person may be. Now, I mean, if you're a parent and, don't say your kids, because I mean, hopefully you're already doing that.
They take all your hours.
But but it might be, I know that this was something that you had thought of. It might be more dedicated time. You might like shift what the time looks like, or it could be, this doesn't have to be somebody that you know. I love old people. I love hanging with old people. I really, really do. And I was thinking to myself, why not go to like, a nursing home and just go and like volunteer and just hang out? I think that would bring me joy.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that. I'm actually going to try that.
Do you have anything for me to do?
Yeah, just go on in there. Send someone a voice clip instead of a text message. You do this. You do this. And it's always better when you hear it in the person's voice.
You gotta hear it. Sometimes it really is. It really is. Buy a meal for someone and have it delivered. Listen, that thing can hit that person in a way.
Bless you.
And it wasn't even that big of a deal for you to do it. Because, I'm talking about it's 2 clicks on the DoorDash. What you did for that person in that moment, you have no idea.
No idea.
They were stressed. They were coming home. They were like, oh my gosh, I got to cook now. I got to, whatever it is, and for you to I'm going to just take that off your plate.
Or even just it being unexpected. I had a couple weeks ago was Daddy's, first heavenly birthday. And a Johnny sent me tacos.
That's when you know.
It's just like
when you just know what somebody needs.
And I opened that bag and
you were like,
and churros
in here.
And strawberry lemonade. It was a time.
Curated. It was a curated meal.
And this was the interesting thing. He had said he wanted us to go out together, and something came up last minute. Okay. He said, "I can't come spend the time with you, but I want to get you the meal." I just thought that was lovely.
I love
it. Is one of the greatest ways to be generous with somebody. If you can't give the time, just to send a little gift like that. Yes,
that is lovely. And ask for help for others unable to help themselves. I recently, everybody knows I'm a psychologist, and I see people of all kinds of populations. And I often see mothers of sons, or I see young men who just like need men in their lives. You know what I mean? Like for whatever reason, they don't have the greatest relationship with their dad, or they're separated from whatever the issue is. And I put on our alumni page, our Spelman Morehouse alum page, I was like, does anybody know any organizations? Just, I just wanted to just be able to give this to people when I come across them. These are college age young men, high school young men, et cetera. And I could not believe the feedback that I got. I thought maybe I'd get 1 or 2 people saying, well, check this out. I don't know. Look it up at YMCA. I don't know. You know what I mean? I got such wonderful information. One, it felt good to know there were that many people out here doing that. Most of them were like Black men owned, Black men run, you know what I'm saying? Like organizations that are targeting working with, men and boys in a particular kind of way. And then to get DMs and posts from people who are like, I'm not in the organization, but sign me up. If there's a young man that just needs somebody to talk to. I was talking to Bryant, and I was like, do you think you could just like get on a Zoom and talk to, some of my students about this? What do I wear on internship? Because they're not sure. And as a woman, I have an idea of what they should put on, but I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I can't tie a tie, and I can't teach anybody to, but just something just like that. The generosity I saw of people, and this was beyond what I could do. So asking for help for other people to give to something that you think is important is also,
it's a way to give.
A way to give.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we are moving into today's topic, which is generosity and joy. Generosity and joy. So, you've probably heard this. We talked about this a little bit when we talked about kindness, that when we were in the season of kindness. Research says that there's a definite link between generosity and joy. Just sit with that. Just giving somebody something. will bring you
Will bring
joy.
you joy. And if you're thinking right now, no, it doesn't, that means you're not in generosity.
Ooh.
You're not in the principle of generosity. If you gave and it made you feel whatever you're about to say, that means
bitter,
you weren't
resentful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Strapped.
That's
I
good.
gave my last dollar. That
That's
means you're
real
not. And we're
good.
going to talk about that too, on another day. But that means you weren't really in the principle of generosity. And joy.
Yes. Yes. But if it is genuine and it comes from your heart, giving money and time to others actually makes you happier than those of you who don't do that. Now, there are some, I mean, just to give something one time may not necessarily do it. It has to be a habit.
Yeah.
It has to be something that you actively do and that you seek the opportunity for. It's not just you hear about something, oh, I'll send a check to that. It's really giving to the things that are meaningful in your life. Yeah.
I mean, it's clinical. Like, you know what I mean? Like what she's talking about is really clinical. There is a part of your brain, and we do call it the reward center, right? And it makes you feel happy when giving, right? And it literally can teach you to refocus your brain also, to come out of places of anxiety, of worry, right? Of places of distress when you start to now focus just on giving to others.
Yep. I mentioned that a couple weeks ago. We were talking about something and I was saying when I was working out, it gave me less anxiety because I was focusing more on what I was accomplishing.
Yeah.
You have like finite space in your brain in order to spend time on all the things that worry you. When you're being generous and giving, that takes up some of that space. It's like you've put something positive in there.
Put a
so
little
that you
happy
don't,
juice
yeah,
in,
right. A little happy
in your little
juice,
mix.
like my happy juice.
Cheers.
Okay. So I saw this quote in an article that I was looking at, and I thought that it spoke to what we're discussing today. It said, let's stop thinking about giving as a moral obligation and start thinking of it as a source of pleasure.
Let it be your joy.
Like, think about that.
That's big.
Not, oh, I have all these fine things, so I should give them away.
Yes, I need to.
I mean, I got all this money sitting in the bank, or you know what? I mean, I don't work on Fridays. I guess I could. Let it be aligned with your joy. That's why it has to be something you are committed to. Because don't nobody want you to show up at the soup kitchen. Here you go.
You still hungry? You were here last week. I'm hungry too. How about that?
Now, wait a minute. I want some cornbread too. Greedy. In the soup kitchen?
If you're in the soup kitchen.
Don't do that.
We're outside of the principle.
Don't do that.
We're outside of the principle.
Yeah.
But like, how can we do that? I mean, I think that's, again, we talk about a lot of things that it's easier said than done. But, there are some ways we can do that. Like, stop considering what you get from it, which is hard to do sometimes. But it's shifting the focus now to like, what you're providing for the other person. Don't concentrate on what you're getting from it.
Yes. You also, like I said earlier, it has to be a regular practice. So stop giving with even happiness as the goal. Like it's got to be something that becomes second nature.
This is my habit.
So that it just starts becoming something you're just doing. You're in it. You're looking for. Yeah. It's just there. It just becomes something you naturally do.
Some of our what is it saying? Some of our needs are requiring support, and they're more difficult, right? And that can start to feel mundane.
Yeah,
right. The kind of the process about that, and I do think that what we have to, that shift we're talking about, right? That shift about it, that can get you out of the mundane feel of it.
Yeah, Yeah, when you're doing things out of obligation, it just starts to feel icky. And it starts to encroach on like the things you enjoy. Like, you're taking away now from the things you actually
Right.
enjoy. So this has to be something that you enjoy too.
And now
But
it's not a wholehearted experience
yeah,
anymore.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. But it's the giving willingly and wholeheartedly without the understanding of how this is about to bless somebody that's going to bring you the joy. You don't know what you put out into the world and the small things that someone holds on to forever. But when you stay as that kind of person, when you are regularly generous and giving of yourself, then you're just affecting the world all the time. And you know that about yourself. And it just makes you feel good.
So what does generosity look like? What does that look like when a person is being generous? Is it like if I drive through the streets and I have one of those money guns and I just shoot it out into the streets?
Yes, that's nice. I'd like to be standing outside of your car while you do that. But that's not exactly what it is. Generosity and giving is really about the faith in giving freely and abundantly because you know you're going to be blessed at some point. That's really all it is.
From anything, right?
Anything.
And I think, that's something we'll talk about in later too, but to really keep in mind, it's not necessarily from that person.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You'll be blessed from something, right? But often not from that particular person.
One of the things I've always thought to myself as an educator, I have spent all these years raising other people's children. Mine is going to be covered out in the world. Wherever she goes, she'll be all right. Somebody will come in.
You have poured into children and childhood. So regularly.
So at some point, if she is in need, all kinds of people that can come
There's
out.
another you out there pouring into children and childhood.
That's just what I believe. I believe if I'm good to these children here, mine will be covered. I think it's the same in anything. And just what you give out into the universe, know it's coming back to you.
I believe that.
Abundantly.
So what are some ways that we can give?
We're going to talk about these in detail in an upcoming episode. But, the first one is kind of obvious. Money.
Yeah.
I mean.
So many people think about,
if you got it. If there's something you believe in, right? Like I give to Spellman like a bill each month. Just comes right out of my account. For the sisterhood you gave me, I'm going to keep paying you.
For the prospect of giving that gift to another woman somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I earmark my donation for that. You know what I mean? Like the scholarship for the woman that would have had it, but just is a few dollars short. I got it. I got a few dollars.
And I will forever be in debt to them. And so I will forever pay them, attempt to pay them back. I just, you find the things that you are, that you're passionate about and you contribute to them. I used to, when you do your taxes and they ask you, do you want to contribute to, you find the one that you appreciate. You find I give back to education. I give back to plants and wildlife. Those are the things it's $5, y'all.
There's so many things.
Here you go.
There's so many things.
But $1,005 is going to add up and
it's going to be meaningful.
Yes. Yes.
Consider whether this is the most rewarding way to give, right? So I do think some people kind of think money right away. You have to really kind of think about, do you have the disposable income? Do you have the excess, right? Because again, you don't want to be left out in a state of like not being in joy, because then that's not generosity and giving, right? That's reaching beyond.
You shouldn't feel lack,
right? So you should think about, is money what I have? For some people, and in some moments, I'll be honest, sometimes I've had more money than time. And I've been like, you know what? I won't be able to come and cook meals, but tell me how much the meals are. You know what I'm saying? I got you on that. Right? So you have to weigh it out, and see what you have to give.
The other thing to give is your time, which I think is the most precious.
Super valuable.
My time is precious.
It's like gold bars. It's beyond. It's like titanium. It's baby seals. It's bald eagles. It's like it's right. It's like
dodo
ivory.
birds.
Listen, it is the dodo bird.
It is extinct at this moment.
It is like so. It is rare and precious. What?
It is a diamond
It
in the
is
rough.
rare and precious. Oh, that's why I'm wearing these. I almost forgot. That's why I'm wearing these beads today. I see our brother Obata when I'm coming out of my class, when I'm teaching my class. He goes to Baba's class, and he always, and I mean absolutely always, has the warmest smiles. Every time he sees me, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm so glad to see you. And I'm like, I see you like 2 times a week. You know what I mean? But he still has that same, even that's generous. But then the other day, he just said, I made these for you.
And they're in your colors. They're in joy
Yes.
colors.
He said, I made these. First of all, this
They're
is a
pretty.
man with man hands. I
Yeah.
mean, no shade to men with men hands, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like what this
Yeah.
took
The
for him
dexterity. Yeah.
to slide a
Those
bead
fine motor
on,
skills.
the time that this took. And he just pulled them
Those
out of
are
his
lovely.
pocket.
Those are lovely.
He just pulled them out of his pocket and said, I made these for you. Look at this. It's
Those are very
6.
pretty.
I mean,
Yeah.
and I thought,
Yeah. That's lovely.
and he was telling me what each of them means. I mean, it was just
Yeah.
like, I was like, wow. But to take that kind
it's
of
the time.
time.
Yeah. The time. Not 1, 6.
Right. This is a grown
Yeah.
working man. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? To take that time.
Yeah.
I was like, that was generous.
So thinking about what it means to give of your time, investing your resources to benefit others in whatever way you see fit. Whatever way you see fit. I had a girlfriend. She just finished radiation, and so she's really tired. And she was talking to me. She said, she was thinking about the weekend coming up, and she was like, "Do you have any time this weekend to just watch my baby while I get some rest?" And I was like, "I'm gonna be honest, I don't. But today is Friday." And if you'd like to take a nap right now, I'm not doing anything right now. Call the school. I'm going to go pick them up. I'm going to pick them up. I'm going to just take them with me. We'll go over to my mama's house. We'll do whatever it is. You take a nap.
Oh.
Because that's all I have to give you right now, because this weekend is packed.
Oh.
But that...
Blessed her so
listen,
good.
she would have had to pick him up at like 3. I brought that baby home at like 6. I was like...
And she wasn't driving.
She wasn't
just
doing
hours.
Gave him a little snack. He slept in the back seat of my car. I was like, "Come on,
He
we
didn't
just
come
go."
in demanding snack.
Nope.
You a good woman.
I'm telling you, you have no idea the ways time blesses people.
Yeah.
Your time.
And sometimes
blesses.
and sometimes it's not even as big of a sacrifice. To them, it's such a
Right,
large
right,
something.
right.
But for you, it's not even a big sacrifice.
Right.
I'm as a person of an only child. Another child actually kind of blesses me, to be honest with you. And I know people don't think I'm serious. I probably should say it more often.
Bring your child on over here.
That blesses me.
And
They
leave
can
them.
play these Barbies. You know what I'm saying?
For the
They can
weekend.
play with each other. What? Spend
Yes.
the night. But I have, that's good. Because we're not sure, because
Yeah.
we're afraid sometimes to and that's part of giving yourself, asking for people.
Yeah.
Let me just
Yeah,
ask
yeah,
you, can you
yeah,
keep my
yeah.
child? But even to be more forthright with that and say, it
Ask
is
for
not
what you
that
need,
taxing
yeah.
to me for you to take your child for a Saturday. In fact, it might even improve. This might work for both of us.
We're going to go out on that belt line. I'm going to get him good and tired. He going to come home zoned completely out after I get through with him. Yes. Are we going to play?
Yeah, I'll do the whole thing and come back
Yeah.
in pajamas. You listen.
He will be asleep when I carry him to the door. Yes. But it also, taking the focus off yourself helps you see the larger picture.
Yeah, it does.
When you are not using your time just
For
to
you.
zoom in on what you got going on. I spent that whole time looking at him in my back seat thinking, "Oh, I hope she's sleeping good." I started thinking, what else can I take him to do?
To just wear his little self out.
I was thinking to myself, she's probably going to get worried because I said I was going to bring him home at like 4:30 or something. I just kept driving around.
She was asleep.
She was asleep. She was asleep.
She was able to get her rest.
It blesses others. I'm telling you, when you take the focus off of
Yeah.
yourself.
And if that's part of your rhythm, right? Like I
Yes.
love how you're talking about, that it's just regular. I did that, with my Spelman donations too. Then I don't have to try to remember that. I don't have to go, I don't have to do any of
But
that.
I feel good at the end of the year knowing when they send you that list
get
of
that
all the
statement,
money that
you're like,
when they put your
I
name
love
on the list
Spelman.
of donors, I be looking for my name. You better put Maria Newport on there. Yeah.
when I realized what I was spending in Starbucks for a time
Okay.
could have gone and sent another woman like me to college. I was like, I'm going to go to the grocery store and get
That's
my
real
Starbucks
talk.
get my at home. I still
Yep.
have my Starbucks,
Yep.
right? I have it at home, and I could boost that
Yep.
contribution.
Yep. Yes. So
Excuse me.
what I spoke about earlier is true. Giving and generosity needs to be part of our daily rhythm to truly be effective. It has to become kind of like your very nature.
It's your habit.
Yeah. It's got to be your thing. So if you do it one time hoping for a boost of serotonin.
Yeah. It'll be short lived. It's gonna be like doo doo.
Right. And that's what it's
It'll be
gonna
a
look like
one-off.
in your life. Do 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 do, as opposed to
Yeah. Sometimes, to be honest with you, it could trigger guilt when you only go one time and then you kind of leave the thing. Sometimes it can actually trigger. You have to
That's
work through
true.
feeling like, gosh, and I didn't go back. Every
Guilt
little bit
and
helps.
shame.
Remember,
Yeah.
every little bit helps. But if you can get this, when you really want sustained joy, remember, joy is a sustained state of being.
That's good.
It's not a one-off.
Sustained.
Joy is
yes.
not, that's happiness. That's just a hey and down.
Yeah.
Right. But we want sustained that rhythm of generosity, the freedom that generous people enjoy, the sleep they get. Try it. You got to try it. Right. Winston Churchill said, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give."
So true. It's so true.
We make a living by what we get.
We get
Right.
like by what we
But
own.
our lives
Yeah.
are made
Richer.
by what we can give.
That's the one.
That's how you're remembered. Whenever the universe sees fit for you to leave this planet, you are not remembered for the things you amassed for yourself.
Yes.
No one talks about it.
It's true.
No one talks about it. You've never been to a funeral service and they're like, these are the things they were able to get and hoard.
Because truthfully, let's think about the people. Let's think of like a Jeff Bezos, right? Like we all know that he's, one of the richest men alive. But we know that about him. What they're going to talk about on his deathbed is what he gave
Whatever
away.
he gave. How much he made will not be discussed.
His ex-wife divorced him and got like $1 billion. She gave it all away.
Now she's operating at a higher level. Can we just? Can I keep it 100?
She has.
She is
now she kept enough for
at an
herself.
optimal. There, listen.
But she gave a substantial amount away.
She is a higher character than yours truly.
I'll say this: she gave away more than she kept. She gave away more than she kept, and what that says about her. Let me tell you what that does for character. Jeff Bezos could be somewhere talking about his wife and how raggedy she was, and why he. No, not this one.
Who? Which
Not
one?
this one who gave us $1 billion.
Not the millions probably people that are you know what I'm saying?
The way that people will ride for her now, you can't talk about her crazy like that.
That when they're like, no, I owe her literally because of some things that she's done for me.
I'm telling you, that's what's going to be talked about when you leave this earth.
And there's something about giving that it blesses the giver, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it really gives your life this sense of fulfillment and meaning. And this is not meant. We're being very careful not to like shame. We are not shamers, right? In any way, this is not to shame. If you don't do a thing, if you're thinking to yourself, maybe maybe I'm not, is my life not have meaning? I'm
Right.
not giving. One, my guess is you're probably giving in ways you don't know. I mean, sometimes we're giving
Yeah.
and we don't even call it that. But, we're not celebrating our giving as much. But, if you're looking for then a way, you know what I mean? If something in you, I'd like to have more joy. I've tried doing some more activities that I liked. Thank you. That was great. Now, I have a client who's, really working a joy plan. I'm very proud of him. I've talked about him before. And he does his activities and things like that. But that generosity, he's a vet. So doing things for other veterans, it just
Blesses him.
it blesses him. I mean, he's like, I'm good for days. Like I'm without symptoms for days. You know what I mean? Just by being present for
For
men
others,
and women who I
yeah.
know made the kind of sacrifice that I made.
Yep. That's good. That's real good. Yeah. So I was reading this article about generosity in general. Giving just feels better. Giving to others actually feels better in terms of our brain, how it's wired. It feels better to give things away than it does to receive.
Yeah,
So
by far.
there was an experiment with these kids. They came to a school. They asked these young kids, "What would you like for Christmas?" These are poor children. They don't think they're going to get any of the things that they name. So they're naming, I mean, wild things. I want a PlayStation. I want a pony. I want all of the things, right?
Yeah.
And then they were asked, what do you think your mom would want for a Christmas gift? And they start naming the things, well, I think my mom needs a new car. Or I think she would like to get her bills paid for a month or whatever it was, right? So these people that were running this experiment gave these gifts. They brought them to the school, to these children. They brought the pony, they brought the PlayStation, all these things, put them right in front of the children. And then they said, you have a choice. Either we can give you the gift you asked for, or we can give your mom the gift you thought she would want. Every single child said, give my mom the gift. Every single one. Here was a gift that in my wildest dreams, I didn't think that I would get. And now it's sitting in front of me. But the possibility of my mother having whatever it is that I named for her, give it to her.
You ever watch people during gift opening, right? Watch the giver.
Watch
the giver.
Yeah.
Well, the person opening the gift is like, watch the person who gave that gift.
Open it. The excitement.
They almost tell you what it is because they're so excited.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, so I'm going to tell you about this. You're going to get it. You're going to get it.
When you see this, when you see
as soon as you open it, they're just the glee. They're more excited than the person who received it.
It's true. It's always
like,
true. It's always true.
Look what I got,
It's
y'all.
always true.
I mean, it's always true. It is always true. I took my students. I went on a trip, and I had a group of students. We went to Liberia, and when you go to countries like that, you don't just come and just bring your American money. That's not even what. So you have to think about how to really bless extremely poor areas. So even we went to an orphanage. We donated time. We did all kinds of stuff, but we also. They were like, just if you bring any snacks just from America, I was like, really? Like our little granola bars? They were like, oh no, that's like bringing platinum, like something like that. So there were just so many kids, right? More than we thought that there were going to be. And we were like, oh, is it going to be enough snacks and whatnot? And so we were typical Americans, right? Some of us were like, well, you can just making it competitive. They were like, yeah, we don't do that. Any child who won, right, a snack or something like that, instantly broke off all the pieces. I mean, they broke it off before even the other children weren't asking for it. If they got a granola bar, they instantly made it into 17 little granola pieces.
That's lovely.
Instantly. And the joy they had in giving the pieces of the snacks away was so much larger than they had in winning the treat in the first place.
People with a fraction of what we have. If you look carefully,
A fraction.
people that have the least
they're
are
always the big
most
givers.
giving.
Yep. They're always the
Always the
big
most
givers.
giving.
Time and money. Because if you look
Yep.
at the percentage, don't look at the
Yep.
amount, right? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if you're a billionaire giving $1 million, you know, it's going to be more.
Mm-hmm.
But is a $1 million 0.0001% of your, these folks who have like 50,000 and like 10,000 somehow goes to, like, wait a minute, you only got $50,000 a year.
And they
you
figure
give
out a way to
10,000?
make it happen.
Yes.
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 But we are also cautioning you, don't give more than you have.
Please.
Now that's in time
In
and
time
money.
and money.
you ain't got it.
In time and money.
Don't give it. You will be resentful.
Yeah.
So do not
Don't
do
do
that. But we are saying find the ways that you can be more giving and more generous. So we are giving you a joy charge this week. Just a couple of things that we want you to do this week. Add 5 acts of special generosity a month. That's not deep. Just do one a week.
We're giving you, you know, as you watch the podcast, we're giving you little tidbits.
Giving you
You're
ideas.
like, I don't have any ideas. Well,
That's
we got
what we're here
you.
for.
Okay, we got you.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Come again.
giving
So
you
some
ideas.
examples. Give an overly generous tip. I ain't talking about you gave 20% even though they didn't earn it. I'm talking about give 100%.
You have Waffle House. I mean,
Your bill was $20. Give them a $20 tip. It's not deep. You don't know how that blessed them. You don't know what they needed the money for. Go on ahead and give it if you've got it. You can send someone an anonymous gift. But this is the key. Don't tell them you sent it.
I got an anonymous gift at Christmas, and it was dumbbells. It was really something I needed.
Yeah.
I have no idea who sent that.
And you get excited.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing. Even if they tell you who sent it, later on, you didn't know it was coming. Like there are some people who are like, I sent you a gift. Be on the lookout for it. That's different. I opened my door the other day and there was a box of lovely plant items. I'm talking about fertilizer for my plants, a spray for the leaves of my plants, in this cute, curated box. And I had to put on the internet, one of y'all sent me this. I don't know who it is, but somebody out there sent this to me because I know I didn't spend my money on this. And my girl Toby, who I legit, y'all, have not seen in 42 years. She said, it was me. I know you love plants. I FaceTimed her and cried immediately. And now I haven't seen her in 42 years, so I'm going to see her in Denver next month. Like, I just, that's all I need. I was like, Toby, this is the most lovely, that I was on your mind.
Right.
Thank you. And what it said to me is, I want to do more of this. I'd like to send people an anonymous gift every now and then, because the way it made me feel, I want to do this for others.
Yeah. For me to get something, obviously it was somebody who knew about my health journey, right? And to get something that, and I'm hoping whoever that is, you know, if they see me regularly, I see that I'm using them. It's working. I mean, you know, I feel like hopefully it's not even just the joy of, like, you know, just the one-time giving. It's got to be the joy of you have contributed to my health journey. Thanks, person.
And what that says about you as a person, that you don't even need the accolades.
I don't even need the celebration.
I just want you to get it.
I just want you to have this
I really
thing.
just wanted to give you joy. Another simple thing you can do, send someone a video of praise for them. Could you imagine somebody sends you just a little video? Somebody on Marco Polo just said, I just want to take this minute.
Let me just
Oh, Cesar did that the other morning for me, and I was just like, she was crying. She was like, I'm just so grateful for your friend. I was like, it's what I wake up to. Listen, you don't know the ways that you bless people.
Yeah.
She will all the time. She will be like, I just want to say. She gets real serious. She'd be like, I just want to tell you. She be looking at me in the camera.
Yeah.
Listen.
I need to know. The last time I said it, because I really felt like you were just like, I'm living my life this way. I was like, no. You're
take
a
a moment.
beacon. Like you are literally guiding, you know what I'm saying? People like me to another level of happiness by how you are living. No, we're not just, I'm out here living. No. We're not going to call it that when it is something far more spectacular.
Everybody needs a video of just praise on them.
Yep.
For those moments when you're unsure of yourself.
Yeah. But, it's generous to do that. I was thinking about, like, when you just talk about, like, tipping and stuff like that. We'll have all these tips in here. We're thinking of 1,000 of them. But even, like, let's say you enjoyed a business, like, go further. Like, go online and mark yourself at the restaurant. Go on TripAdvisor. Don't just tip Tanya. On TripAdvisor, say, and Tanya's service was exemplary. Ask to see the chef. Ask to see, like,
go
the manager.
Above and beyond.
Like, let me take time out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, to really give in that moment.
That's true. And I think doing it, yes, we do it for random people. I think I think it is lovely to start with the people that you love, that you see every day, that don't typically hear you tell them all the things, all the reasons that you love them. Start there. Start there. You want to do 5 acts of special generosity this month. Make these 5 for the people that you love. That deserve it. Yep. So that's all I got for you. We do have a Joy John entry.
We love tacos. Since they're having tacos on our shirt, if
you want to bless us,
we love to be blessed with tacos, but also with your likes, your ratings, and your shares.
Please subscribe, y'all. I keep telling y'all.
Subscriptions and your friends' subscriptions.
All of that. If you want to keep us around,
that's generous.
Be very generous. We actually now shameless plug, and I don't really care because we've been doing this for y'all. We've been generous in our time. Let me tell you something. We've been generous in our time.
This is
For a year and a half, we have been generous in our time. We have found ways to. We have stayed committed to this. We are in it to win it. It has now become like a regular thing that we do. But when we started this, we didn't have no time. We still ain't got no time.
We believe in this.
And we make the time for it. Yes.
What we believe that, what we know this will do. And that's, listen, shout out to us.
Shout out to us.
So. I think that is generous.
And so I'm going to tell you that there is a link in the bio. It has all of our,
social
link tree and all of that stuff. At the top, it says, if you would like to bless us and tip us.
Be awesome. To keep our website on and
all of the things that we need to do. This costs money. This actually costs a lot of money per month. I'm just going to let you know. Because, we've got to subscribe to all the things that contribute to putting the show together. So, we've put in our hard-earned money and time into it. If you like it and it benefits you, tip us. Kind of put that out there.
Buy some T-shirts and tip us and share it and
all that.
You know what I'm saying?
All the things.
All the things.
So we do have a message from Joy John. Joy. She's class of 97.
Woo, 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 woo.
Notorious. Yeah. So the question that I asked was, tell me about the last time you benefited from someone's generosity. And she said, last weekend, thanks to my boo, Maya S. McQuiston invited me to be a guest at her table at Elevate Med fundraiser, and it allowed me to see Quita Lockley be honored for her amazing work and kick it with some of my forever loves. And I will say, Maya is incredibly generous. Yeah. She also asked me if I wanted to go. I was in New York. I couldn't do it, but it costs to sit at them tables.
It's a fundraiser, y'all. Fundraiser tables are not. You can't raise funds with $10 a plate. Not raising any money on.
So this year, Maia invited me. Last year, the same event, Ninita invited me. There are just people that are just generous with their giving and just say, "I want you in the number. I want you to be."
That
here.
was wonderful for Joy to see. Her classmate, her line sister, her. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honored in the way that she should.
It was also generous for Quita to have her sisters there, the people that she loves, celebrating her. So what Maia essentially did was orchestrate all these people, all of these
generosity.
people to come and celebrate Quita. That's lovely.
And it was just joy.
Yep. Yep.
It was just an evening of joy.
Lovely. All right. Well, we are going to head on out. You always do that.
I like how it little sound.
Oh, I can make this appropriate. All right.